She just said, come with me. I'm going to go to spin class tomorrow. I said, okay, I'll come. I'll come to your spin class. I've never done this before. But I went. This Soul Cycle, whatever it is, right? Yeah, see, everybody gets all hopped up. I go to the one in LA, everybody's fake positive, right? They come into the class. What's going on? How's it going? Are we gonna do this today? Okay,
Relax, relax. It's a class. It's a spin class.
So right away I'm bothered. I go, babe, I gotta get out of here. I can't do this already. I'm upset. She's like, come on, let's go check in and get our shoes. I said, shoes? What is this, bowling alley? Everybody's got these special spin shoes, so they're all walking around. I'm on bike 22. Could you tell me where bike? Okay, it's over here. Great. So we signed up late. My wife and I did not have bikes together. My wife starts panicking. She's like, babe, we're not doing this together. I'm on the other side of the room. I have to ask the girl next to you. I go, babe, don't start doing this shit. The girl next to me is already set up. She's got a water bottle. Everything's in place. Do not ask her anything. I go, babe, we're not going to talk during this. It's a 45-minute class. We're not going to I'm not going to turn to you and go, did you pay the gas bill? This is a workout. We're not going to hold hands on the bike. This is not a ride through Central Park. This is a stationary bike. So I start the workout. The class didn't even start. I just start in on my own thing. I ain't waiting. If I'm there, let's get the thing going. I'm cooking. So now the teacher comes in. This guy was way too happy for what was happening in the room. It's one of these real positive teachers. He's like, all right, everybody. You ready? It's a Monday morning. Put your head down. Let's get rid of that mean boss that keeps bitching at you every time you come in. Let's get rid of that debt that you have. Let's shed that cousin that didn't come to the holiday dinner. I'm like, gee, how bad is it in here for these people? I'm just here to get rid of the cheesecake I had last night, not the abusive father. What the hell is going on? But Italians and Jews, very similar. You know, people say same corporation, different division. All right? We get along. There's an obvious, thing with the religion. I went to my first Passover dinner. That's what she's like, well, my mother's going to have Pass. Okay, we'll go to the dinner. 7:30, we sit down at her mother's house. I'm starving, right? Starving. They start passing out pamphlets, like reading material. I'm like, what's going on? What are we doing here? What's with the... She's like, no, we read for 2 hours. 2 hours. I said, listen, I'm Italian. As soon as I sit at a table, I gotta have bread within 15 seconds of sitting down, all right? I need something to do with my right hand. I need some oil coming out? We got oil? I need oil, now. Hungry. And the food they start bringing out, oh God, terrible, terrible food. Jews have no idea what the hell they're doing in the kitchen. These people have no cuisine. Celery, crackers, jam. I'm like, what is it? We're losing people. People are leaving. We need food. After breakfast, they fall apart, the Jews. After a bagel, cream cheese, lox, where are they going? They got nothing. They have nothing. Has anybody ever said to you, we went to this Jewish restaurant last night? The gefilte, amazing. I respect the Jews, but let's just have the Italians cater the Passover meal, all right? Come on. I could read for a couple of hours with some meatballs on the table. Now, the check-in process at the airport, they don't want to look at you. Head down, right? No smile, nothing. I feel like I'm working. Right? I feel like I work at United. Hi, how you doing? Right? The only time they get happy is when the bag goes over the weight allowance. They love telling you you're gonna owe extra on this bag. And you know it's heavy. When you're packing it at home, you tell your wife, we're never gonna make it with the, it's okay, okay, I'll pack it, huh? It's so heavy, right? You put it up there, and you know it's heavy, so you kind of try and release it. You do that like kind of soft release, like that's gonna take weight off the bag. And her mood changes. She's like, ooh, I'm sorry. Your bag is 2 pounds over. You're gonna have to take 2 pounds out of your bag. Now, like an idiot, I gotta open up my bag in front of 187 people. I don't know what 2 pounds is. I'm taking out a boot, a sock, toothpaste. Is this 2 pounds? Does anybody know what 2 pounds is? They're gonna charge me an extra $8,000. You think the boot's a half a pound? I go, where do you want me to put this? She's like, put that in your carry-on. I said, it's still going on the plane. What does it matter if it's on top or underneath? The guy behind me's 500 pounds. That doesn't matter? My sock is gonna take the plane into the Pacific, but you prepared for this type of weight? It's a scam. Every part of that airport bothers me. The TSA, the security checkpoint. This is what's guarding our country. Have you seen what's in the blue shirts at O'Hare? Do you feel safe with this type of security? I've been all over the world, Egypt, Lebanon, Beirut. I've been all over. The security in their airports, unbelievable. All military, neat hats, machine guns. Have you seen our first line of defense? You see the first guy they send out? Take out your laptop! Your liquids, your creams, your gel. And can we leave the shoes on? Have you seen people's feet? Guy took his shoe off, looked like he had a machete hanging off his toe. I swear to God, like he could cut provolone. Just a thin slice of provolone. How does your toenail get to this point? Don't you glance down and go, shit, I gotta cut this before it starts coming through my shoes. These are basic skill sets. Everybody's got something, though. Everybody's trying to teach you something on Facebook. There's always a video, a do-it-yourself video, or a life hack. Some guy, 53-year-old guy, got his own channel. He's in his bathroom with a camera. Once a week, he comes out with an episode. What's up, guys? Welcome to Jim's Corner. Today, I'm going to teach you how to get that last amount of toothpaste out of your toothpaste tube. Simply take a woman's barrette, attach it to the end of the tube. Now, what you want to do is move the toothpaste near the aperture. Some air is going to build up in the tube. Take your scissors and let out the... Go buy another tube, Jim. What are you doing in your bathroom with a bottle of Crest? You need a release, right? You need to go out. You need to do stuff like this. Friday night comes out. Come on, we're going out. We're going to do stuff. Right? I went out last week to a nightclub. I can't do this anymore. I'm getting way too old for the nightclubs. You know you're old when you walk into a nightclub and you're like, is it loud in here? Why is my hair vibrating? I can't dance anymore. I used to bounce around. I was able to dance. I used to go out in my early 20s. I had my Cavaricis on. Right? I had that belt that shot down. Used to ask girls to dance. That's what we did. We went out dancing. All week long, we practiced at the house. And then Friday night, we tested it out. Guys would have confidence, man. Girls would be hanging out by the bar. Guy would have enough confidence to pick out the one he wanted and ask her to dance. Real cool. We'd come up, he'd be like, hey, how you doing? You want to dance with me? And she'd turn around, she'd be like, yeah, I'll dance with you. She'd turn to her girlfriends, hold my purse, Joanne. And you go out to the dance floor. You wouldn't touch one another. Very respectful. You just watch each other move. You'd be like, yeah. Right? You have that stupid dance face. You'd lean in, you look fantastic. Then you would go to the bar, because that song would come in that nobody could dance to, right? That song would always pop on. Like, I can't dance to this. Can't dance to Whitesnake. Let's go get a drink at the bar. So you would go to the bar. This is where you would have to have a little personality. Flirt with her, right? So I grew up with a bunch of guys. We were all funny. That's all we do. Make fun, goof around with girls, make them laugh. Girls would be like, you guys are funny. I'd be like, yeah, I know. You would go in for the kill. You would get the number. Like, why don't you write your number down on a napkin? I'll take you out for steak next week, huh? And you would get the number on a napkin. It was kind of damp, right? The ink would bleed a little bit. Before you left the club, you had to ask, excuse me, sweetheart, is this a 7? Did you write a 7? We just handled our problems in the house. We didn't broadcast our problems. My father was like, shh, don't tell nobody what's going on in here, okay? Even within our family, there was like secrets. No one said anything. My grandfather had polio. He had one leg significantly shorter than the other leg. Nobody said nothing. Nobody mentioned he had a disease. My whole childhood, I was just like, okay, that's the way men from Sicily walked. I asked my father one day, I said, what's wrong with Grandpa? What do you mean, what's wrong? Why would you say that about your grandfather? What's wrong? What do you mean, what's wrong with him? I don't know, he's got a 2x4 nailed to his heel. I never seen a shoe like that. Nobody's saying anything about the man's shoes. Growing up, my mother lived in my room constantly, just looking for shit. My mom knew what I was doing when I was a teenager. She would come downstairs with a towel, and she was like, hey, I found this in your room. You're sick. You're sick. You owe me a whole new set of towels. I can't get this out. No son of mine ain't gonna do that in my house. But Italians and Jews, very similar, you know. People say same corporation, different division, all right? We get along. There's an obvious, you know, thing with the religion. I went to my first Passover dinner. That's what she's like, my mother's gonna have Pass. Okay, we'll go to the dinner. 7:30, we sit down at her mother's house. I'm starving, right? Starving. They start passing out pamphlets, like reading material. I'm like, what's going on? What are we doing here? What's with the... She's like, no, we read for 2 hours. 2 hours? I said, listen, I'm Italian. As soon as I sit at a table, I gotta have bread within 15 seconds of sitting down, all right? I need something to do with my right hand. I need a... Is there some oil coming out? We got oil? I need oil, now. Hungry. And the food they start bringing out, oh God, terrible, terrible food. Jews have no idea what the hell they're doing in the kitchen. These people have no cuisine. Celery, crackers, jam. I'm like, what is it? We're losing people. People are leaving. We need food. After breakfast, they fall apart, the Jews. After a bagel, cream cheese, lox, where are they going? They got nothing. They have nothing. Has anybody ever said to you, we went to this Jewish restaurant last night? The gefilte, amazing. I respect the Jews, but let's just have the Italians cater the Passover meal, all right? Come on. I could read for a couple of hours with some meatballs on the table. Oh, yeah. So nice. Thank you. Thank you. Sit down, sit down. Before you leave your house tonight, you gotta figure out how we gonna get to the venue. Do we drive? Do we take Uber? What is this Uber? Uber X? What is it? That's like hitchhiking with your phone. God knows what's gonna pull up tonight to pick you up. Some guy in a Ford Festiva. Groceries in the back, baby seats, sleeping bag. Are you between errands? What's going on back here? Uber Black, that's supposed to be a better option. Maybe a guy in a sedan. You ever get in that guy's car? He can't stop talking about his candy. As soon as you get in, I got candy. I got suckers, I got Trident, I got iPhone 4, 5, 6 charge. I got Crest White Strip. What? White Strip? You can't tell me these Uber experiences are normal. They're weird, strange. They're rating you, you're rating them. Everybody's on some fake behavior. You feel like you gotta talk to them when you get in. Yeah, so how long? How long have you been doing Uber? And they never just do Uber. They always got some weird side business. Ask them, so how long? No, come on, my friend. I do Uber 10 hours a week. I got a real business. I got discotheque in Istanbul. What? Do you know where you're going? I mean, there's another website, Airbnb. What is this? You're gonna rent out a room in your house to a stranger? Is it worth the $86 a night? Right? Have some psychotic family show up at your door and say, hello, do you? I couldn't do this. I couldn't have strangers live with me while I'm there. I couldn't do it. If I did it after they left, I'd have to burn the room they lived in. I don't know what's falling out of people's ears into the Tempur-Pedic. Burn the mattress. I don't do this. I don't stay with people. I have some friends here in Montreal. Oh, just stay with us. We have plenty of room. I ain't staying with you. You ever stay with people? It's weird. They put you in a weird room, single bed, Star Wars sheets. Nothing works in the house. They gotta come in and tell you, don't flush the toilet in the hallway, okay? If you do, we're gonna have to evacuate the house. What? When you take a shower, cold is hot, hot is cold. We've been trying to fix that for years. When you're done showering, if you could please squeegee. Squeegee? Why would I do this? I'm gonna get clean now naked. I gotta look for some weird wand that's been living in your shower and wipe shower pellets off while my balls hit the tile? Why would I do this? Do I work here? What? I don't stay with nobody. Even the hotels. I don't trust the hotels. As soon as I check into a hotel, a do not disturb hangs off the hook for the amount of time I'm there. What, you think I'm dumb? You think I'm dumb? Gonna have the maid come in and steal everything that I got? Wash out my glasses with some dirty panties? Forget it. Nobody's getting into my room. Nobody. That coffee machine that lives in the bathroom, I throw that out. Who the hell is making coffee next to the toilet? I don't know how my wife puts up with me. My wife's completely opposite than me. Come from two different families. My wife loves people. Loves people. Loves to go out to dinner with another couple. I can't take it. I can't even fake it. I gotta act like I like the guy. Oh, yeah. No, the mortgage business. I can't do it. But my wife comes home with activities for us to do. She met a couple. She's like, you gotta meet this couple. They invited us to their house for a dinner party. Now, in my head, I'm like, that sounds terrible. But I'm a married man. You gotta act like you like this stuff sometimes. I gotta go, oh, yeah. What is Saturday night, my night off? Yeah, love to go. All strangers? Everybody's gonna be a stranger? So we get in the car, and she's promoting a couple. It's her couple. She's like, you're gonna love these two. She's an interior designer. He's a stay-at-home dad. Huh? I didn't grow up with the stay-at-home dad culture. I come from an immigrant Italian family. Yeah. Italians don't do this. You rarely hear a woman go, no, Anthony's at home with the kids. Hasn't worked in years. He just loves watching Peppa Pig and going to the zoo with the kids. It's weird, man. The world's changing. I don't know what's wrong with people. Go to the club, everybody's got a tattoo now. Oh my God, I can't believe it. All the guys will get one, right? They'll put one on their bicep. Now, every shirt becomes a sleeveless. They got to billboard their tattoo. They got to show it off because there's like an emotional meaning behind it, right? Some idiot will come up, excuse me, hi, I'm sorry. What's the significance? Why do you have a cobra head on your bicep? What? Now the guy gets all emotional. He's like, thanks for asking. The reason I got the cobras 5 years ago, my father got, excuse me. My father got bit by a snake. So to remember him by, I put the snake head on my back. It's not done yet. It's never done, right? They always gotta go back, get shading. 2019, I'm gonna have the whole cobra haul off of my body. For now, it's just the head, but what's gonna happen, it's gonna drape across my chest. It's gonna cascade down my torso. The tail's gonna wrap around my nutbag. Oh, don't laugh, it's for my dad, you know? It's gonna creep around my back. The rattle's gonna tickle my nipple. And out of my nipple, it's gonna say, Dad. Rest in peace, you know? What the hell are you doing to yourself? What, did you forget he died? What, do you look down in the shower? Oh, yeah! People ask me all the time, Sebastian, why don't you get a tattoo? I go, huh? I don't put bumper stickers on Ferraris. It's just different. And now we got a little baby. She's gonna be 1 in 4 days. Right? 5 days. Little daughter at home. It's hard to combine these two different bring-ups, right? Because my wife got one view on the world, I got another. Now we got to give this to this little baby, right? She don't know what the hell's in store for her. my wife first got pregnant, everybody was asking us, are you gonna take photographs of the belly? And do an announcement, and like, we're pregnant, and put it on Facebook. Are you guys gonna do that? I said, no, we're just gonna tell people. This is it, she's pregnant. You seen these guys? At his pregnancy announcement, the husband's on his knee, kissing the belly. My buddy's ex-military. Do we have any active military here? Any military people? Yeah? We're out front, up top. Marine? Yeah? All right, give it up. Give it up for the United States military. Love the military. My buddy's got me into so many military type shows, I can't stop watching this stuff. That's all I do. I go home after my shows, I watch SEALs, Special Ops, Rangers, documentaries. The Bin Laden thing fascinated me. I wish I was on the hit. I wish I was there for that. Just on a SEAL's back, just like, where we go? We found him? You gotta be kidding me. Just how they conducted that raid with night goggles, vision, helicopters right over the house, 3 a.m., Pakistan. One of the helicopters fell out of the sky. Guys were still in the air. They looked at it and said, fuck it, we'll still do it. We're here, right? They start coming out of the helicopter. They surround the house. Bin Laden's people didn't know what was going on. They hadn't had company in 13 years. Now you got United States military all over the property. One guy came out of his bedroom in his underwear eating some hummus. Would this go? They find Bin Laden in his bedroom. 3 girlfriends, a couple of wives. How does that happen? What's the upside on being married to Bin Laden? Where do you meet him? This guy didn't have a table at a nightclub in Pakistan. Right? Girls didn't walk in. Oh my, Benny's here. Hi, Benny. Hi. My buddy, being ex-military, he's ready for the end of the world, this guy. This guy got a lot of weapons at the house. Got a compound bow and arrow. Now, if you don't know anything about a compound bow, the arrow travels at about 300 yards per second. You can take out a giraffe, no problem. He's got this thing in the house. I go, John, what the hell you got this in the house for? He's like, you kidding me? It's for home invasion. Home invasion? Could you imagine the poor bastard that breaks into my buddy's house? As a burglar, you can't even prepare for something like that. The burglar thinks nobody's home. He comes through a kitchen window. My buddy hears him. He gets out his bow and arrow. The burglar's in the living room. He suspects nothing. He's stealing valuables. Then, out of nowhere, Do you know the mind fuck on this? The burglar has to process, I got an arrow hanging out of my chest right now. Did I break into an Apache's home? Are there Indians here? Is this a casino? So my wife checks the baby. She's like, she's got a stuffed up nose. Now, babies can't blow their own nose. I didn't know this. I thought they just, and then, you know, sneeze and shit came out. I'm like, I didn't know that we had an assist in this. My wife gives me this apparatus. It's like a bullet you put in the nostril, and there's a hose attached, and you're at the other end. And I go, babe, what do you want me to suck the snot out of her nose and then swallow that? I'll do it if that's what this requires, but shouldn't we read the box or Google it? So here I am, 3 a.m., in my underwear, with the tube up my daughter. My wife's like, what's wrong? She goes, there's supposed to be a filter. I go, there's no filter. I got it. I got it right here. I got it right here. Like, who would have known that this would have been it? I mean, I'm going back to bed with my wife. I go, 9 years ago, if I told you I was going to be sucking snot out of our daughter's nose in my underwear with my left nut hanging out, would you have still done that? Beautiful garden growing up, though. Beautiful. We never went to the grocery store. We grew it. Right in the backyard. Beautiful. Tomato. String bean. All right, little zucchini. You want some fruit? You picked it off the tree. But at night, we found out something was going on in our garden. There was a little raccoon, something was nibbling on my father's tomatoes, okay? It's a big deal. We had a family meeting about it. Most American families, they'll call up Orkin. We'll just call Orkin. They'll come set up some traps. Then they'll release the animal back into the wild so it could reunite with its family. My father's like, listen, we're gonna murder this motherfucker, all right? We're gonna put antifreeze on bologna. What? Why, Papa? Why? Because it eats the intestines, that's why. Now go get the antifreeze in the garage. We're gonna make a sandwich for our friends tonight. Woke up in the morning, birds, squirrels, raccoons, murdered all over the property. Neighbors coming by, have you seen our cat? Nah, we haven't seen shit. Does it like bologna? We sent the message. Okay? Trap don't send the message. Antifreeze makes it clear we ain't playing around with our zucchinis. Okay? Old world upbringing. Superstitious. God, my family's superstitious. I remember once I got my first car, it was a 1984 Celica. Toyota Celica GT shit brown. Right? As soon as I got it, my father hung a red horn from the rear view mirror of the car, right? Just a red horn dangling. I go, what are you doing? This looks like, he's like, it's for the malocchio, the eye. So nobody gives you the eye. I go, what eye? The fucking eye! Italians, Sicilians, they believe if somebody looks at you, they could literally give you bad luck just on a look. All right? So now we have to have defense mechanisms, okay? I dated girls who weren't even Italian. They'd get into the car, they're like, why do you have a red pepper hanging from your rearview mirror? What is this all about? It's nightclubs. Go to the bathroom at a nightclub. It's a whole different subculture in the bathroom. They got a bathroom attendant in the bathroom. They put this guy in there about 15 years ago. And his sole job is to give you a towel after you're done washing your hands from here to your hands. Now, I don't know if that was a problem for people. I don't know if people were coming out of the bathroom wet. What do I do? I'm wet. So management said, you know, listen, they're not grasping the concept. They're coming out, they're drenched, they're soaked. We need to put a guy in there to distribute towels. And as soon as you walk in and you see him, you get pissed off that he's even there, right? You walk in, you see him, you're like, oh, God! They got a guy? It's weird. Now you gotta talk to him after you're done. You're like, yeah, it smells like crap in here, huh? And you gotta tip him $1 for the towel. For what? I could see if I took a crap in the sink. There you go, man. Sorry about that. A little screwed up tonight. You want to wash that out? Maybe light a match, some Febreze, a candle, do something. I'll give you $1. Something's going on in the country. It's gotta be the internet. It's gotta be the internet. Internet's bringing out people we never even knew existed. 30 years ago, you know, these people never left the house. They were in their basement talking to themselves. Just, They didn't leave. They had no outlet. Now you give them the internet, they have an outlet to the rest of the world. Now they're in chat rooms. Where are people getting the time to do half of the stuff they're doing online? People are living on the computer, writing reviews on restaurants that they go to. You got nothing going on with your life. I don't know, me and my wife, we go out to dinner. I'll tell her right there, salmon sucked. Let's get the fuck out of here. That's it. We don't run home and tattletale on the restaurant. Who's got this time to write an 18-page essay on asparagus? Who's doing this? This internet, there's something for everybody, right? You got some weird fetish, some weird thing you do? Look at how weird it just got in here, huh? Some of you are into this type of behavior. But if you like something weird, if you're an adult, you like to dress up as a baby, there's a website for you. 30 years ago, if you like to dress up as a baby, nobody knew that. You did that in the privacy of your own home. If you ever came out of your house with a diaper on, your neighbor would go, look at this shit, call the FBI, get this shit out of the neighborhood, right? It was handled. But today, just throw it up in the Google. I like to dress up as a baby. Next thing you know, they're at the Hilton on a Saturday with 863 people that like to do this shit. Growing up, my mother lived in my room constantly, just looking for shit. My mom knew what I was doing when I was a teenager. She would come downstairs with a towel. She's like, hey, I found this in your room. You're sick. You're sick. You owe me a whole new set of towels. I can't get this out. No son of mine ain't gonna do that in my house. I'm barely working out at this age. I've been doing the same workout since '89. I just go to the gym, couple biceps, some chest. I start beating, I get the hell out of the gym. I ain't sweating through clothing. Those days are done. Maybe if I'm feeling good, I'll hit the treadmill. I did that last week. Got on my treadmill there, and there was 8 empty treadmills next to me. So I put it on a 5.0. Now, it's not too high. It's not too slow. It's a valet jog. Let me go get your Mercedes. Then a guy comes right next to me on the treadmill next to me, right? Eight treadmills, he's gonna pick this one. This is the problem with me. I can't pay attention to what I'm doing. I'm honed in on everyone else. Especially if they get near me, I start looking at what this guy is up to. I'm giving him a side view. And he's not starting the machine. I'm getting bothered. I'm like, guy, start your machine. You're screwing up what I'm doing over here. He's stretching out on the treadmill. Now listen, there's a place for this. In the gym, there's a stretch out area. Okay, I don't go to the stretch out area and run around people. You don't bring your stretch to the mill. So you ever look at a treadmill, they got a bunch of different compartments? I always wonder, who's using all this storage? This is the guy they built the treadmill for. This guy's emptying his life into these little bins. The change, the iPhone, the wallet, the keys. He brought an iPad. He brought a cinema to the gym. Then he put his little bitch buds in. Then he cranked it up to 15. I didn't even know the damn thing went this high. The manufacturer said, yeah, leave it at 15. No one's gonna do that. But this guy's sprinting fast. You ever see people on a treadmill? They run fast and hard. Like the whole gym could hear them running. It's like a sock is gonna fly off at any minute. Then he pulled this one. He just rested on the side and let the thing. Just do what we are doing. Don't do some weird workout that you saw. Then I've never seen this before. He had like a water backpack. Like that you would see in the desert. He had a backpack filled with water and then a tube that he could just sip. Then he dropped it down. Then he pulled this one. He turned towards me. Now he starts side skipping. Oh my God. I cannot run on a treadmill with another grown man looking right at me, doing side skips. And the older I get, the worse I get, right? I'm a huge hypochondriac. I constantly think I'm passing away. I constantly think I'm dying. I woke up one morning, my hands were dry. I'm like, what? Oh, come on. What am I, disintegrating? What's happening? Now, with this use of technology, anything medically related, I don't go to the doctor. You know what I do? I go right to Google. You will admit stuff to Google that you won't tell a soul. If Google ever comes out with a printout of what you've been asking it, you're gonna have to leave California. I type in, I got dry hands. What does that mean? Now, a bunch of stuff comes back with Google. Well, now, Google, I stay on page 1. I never go to page 2. I'm always on page 1. I don't even know what's on page 2. A horse is involved all the time. I don't know what it is. I'm always on page 1. First 3 topics, right? I'm going to try and self-diagnose what I have based on other people's stories and anecdotes. This is the worst thing you could do to yourself. Okay? The first story I read, the guy's like, I had dry hands 3 months ago. Now I got no fingers. What? So that's it. I think I'm dying. I don't eat. I don't sleep. 3.5 weeks, I lost 15 pounds. My friends were coming up to me going, Sebastian, geez, you look fantastic. What the hell have you been doing? And in my head, I'm like, I think I'm dying. So I went to the hospital, right? I go to the hospital, I go to the doctor. I walk in, I go take a look. Look at this. And he goes, ooh, hold on, let me go take a look at something. I go, where are you going, Google? I was just there. He says I'm gonna lose my fingers. What do you know? He's like, I'm gonna write you a prescription to get some lotion. Now, this is always a problem. Going to your local pharmacy to get medication. I don't know why. You give your slip to the pharmacist, he always looks at it, he's like, oh. It's gonna be about another 25 minutes if you wanna walk around Walgreens. About another 25 minutes. Right? And I'm like, it's right there. It's right on the shelf. But you never question the pharmacist. You're always like, oh, okay. I didn't take the walk. I stood my ground. I go, you got it, right? He's like, yeah, we got it. I go, why gotta walk around? He's like, there's people ahead of you. I go, no, they're not. I'm staring right at you. Where are they? He's like, they're walking around Walgreens. What? Nobody could tell me why I'm taking this walk. For years, I swear to God, I thought people were making medication in the back room. I thought there was some guy filling up little caplets going, tell him walk around. I can't get the damn things on, they're too small. I need another 25 minutes, I got 30 caplets. But my wife grew up like very athletic. She grew up in a family where they have a lot of time on that side. They got a lot of money, so nobody's doing anything really, you know? Everybody's really relaxed. Like when I went over there for the first time, I was meeting my wife's family, and like everybody was home. Like on a Tuesday at 2:30, I go, why is everybody home? Like no one works over there. They just, you know, I'm like, what does your cousins do? I don't know really. I don't really know what they do. I think they're in advertising, but I don't really know what they do. They're so relaxed. They're the type of family that when they graduated college, they took a year off to go find themselves. Do you know people like this? They graduate and they go backpacking through Europe and stay at hostels like they're broke. They go find themselves. That shit don't fly on my side. When I graduated college, I couldn't tell my father, Dad, I'm gonna go to Europe to go find myself. What do you mean, go find yourself? I found you. You're right here in my house. Where are you gonna go? You wanna see you? Go look in the mirror. You got no job, and you're in my house. I found you. You're here. My wife's side's like really happy and they encourage things, right? They like do retreats as a family. They work on their inner self. We work on our inner self. They do therapy. My family don't do any of this. No therapy, no bettering. It's like, this is it. What are you gonna do? Change? This is you. No one's popping pills on my side. Nobody's on antidepressants. My father's like, I've been depressed for 30 years. We just handled our problems in the house. We didn't broadcast our problems. My father was like, shh, don't tell nobody what's going on in here, okay?
Because with your iPod, you got everything right here, you know, whatever. Workout music, whatever, one button, you got it. Yeah, God forbid if you're still working with cassette. Remember the tape? Put that in your yellow waterproof Walkman? Right? Why was that waterproof? Anybody ever go swimming with that damn thing on? Anybody ever dive in a pool? Give me my Walkman, I'm going under. Took you all afternoon to find a song on a cassette tape. You'd be sitting there. It's not on this tape. Where is it? You told me it was on the Maxell 90. Where is it? 90 minutes of music they gave us, remember? And they bumped it up. They gave us 120, 2 hours. Yeah, I didn't know what to do. I was calling my friends, dude, 2 hours of music. Where are they going with this stuff? Now I got my friends with the iPod. Hey, Sebastian, I got 79 weeks of music right here. There was no iTunes back then. You like a song tonight, you'll burn it when you get home. You'll get that song. Not 20 years ago, I had to wait 4 or 5 weeks. That damn thing came on the radio, right? And I always had my cassette in the radio. Right? I didn't know when my song was coming on. I had to be ready. I could have been washing my car, right? Hear my song. That's it, that's it. Got it. 4 weeks I've been waiting for this to come on. Sometimes we got the DJ introduction on it, remember that? You're like, oh, I got the intro now. Oh, man, they're not going to think I bought it. Then we fill up the tape. It's label time. Got to label it. Take it, peel off side A, right? Put that on the tape. Give it some stupid name we thought was so cool. Hot Hits. Mega Mix. Remember that little sleeve they gave you? A little cassette sleeve that you're supposed to turn around and write the name of the artist and the song? They give you about this much room to do all that. Be sitting there writing the song, and then you have to whip it down the side. Wham.
All changing, man. And if you want to see a big change and see what's happening in the United States, get called in for jury duty. Last week, I was at jury duty the whole week. Am I the only one going to this stuff? I call my friends, you going? Nah, we shredded. What? So I go 7:30 in the morning, right? 300 people. Right? You sit there in this little room, right? And I don't know, man, we're in trouble as a country. If you want to get a temperature gauge on what society is looking like, go to jury duty. They say it's a jury of your peers. The people there are one step away from being a defendant. Now, nobody knows how to follow instruction. The guy's up there. It's simple. Name. Okay, name, right? Address, address. And people are like, Then he opens it up for questions. Any questions? Worst thing you could do to the general public is start opening up a question session. The hands that shot, this woman's shoulder almost popped off. People love to hear themselves speak. I have a medical condition. Nobody gives a shit. Fill out the form and go to the courtroom. The guy next to me in broken English asked me how to put his name tag into the laminate. And I'm like, you're gonna determine? Whether somebody goes to prison and you're having problems with the name badge? Like I said, technology is taking over. My father wants to get involved with it. Now, my father is an immigrant, came here from Sicily when he was 15 years old. This guy's been cutting hair his whole life. Not tech savvy whatsoever, right? Calls me up the other night. He lives in Chicago. I live out here in Los Angeles. Calls me up. He's like, yeah, I want to learn internets. Now, I don't know if anybody's ever taught anybody the internet over the phone. It's virtually impossible. You cannot use internet terms with someone who doesn't know a computer. And I found that out right from the get-go. I said, Dad, you gotta open up your window. It's like, why? I got 2 feet of snow outside. Is that for better reception? You get better reception that way? What? Reception? You gotta dummy it down. You gotta explain exactly what they see. I said, Dad, there's a blue E. Do you see a blue E with like a spear? Do you see that? I said, you gotta click that twice. He's like, why twice? And I'm like, yeah, why twice? For years I've been doing 2. 1, you get nothing. 2, it happens. I said, Dad, I don't know, just click it twice. He's like, is that what the foot pedal's for? Foot pedal? He had the mouse on the floor. It's not a sewing machine. What are you doing? Put the foot pedal on the desk. What the hell are you looking at? Tell me. He's like, I think I broke it. I got pipes. How old is your computer that you still have the pipe screensaver? Is it beige? Is it a Presario? What do you got? I said, shake the foot pedal to get rid of the pipes. I said, Dad, come on the top, do you see a white bar? I was gonna say cursor, he ain't gonna get that. Is there a stick blinking in whiteness. Do you see this? He's like, yeah, I see it. I said, type in www.yahoo.com. He types it in, presses return. He's like, I got nothing. You got to call the internets and tell them I got no website. I said, read it back. What is it? He's like, I got www.dot. What? You spelled out that? I'm trying to get the guy to email, right? So I finally get him there. I said, Dad, call me when you send it, right? He called me back. He's like, yeah, I sent it. I don't know when you're going to get this, okay? Could be 5-6 days, depending how busy Yahoo is. I don't know. I said, Dad, I'm looking at it. So I open up the email. The entire email is in the subject heading. I'm like, what the? Back then, you got into a fist fight. Maybe you got a black eye. Maybe. That's all people knew how to do, was punch. Now, you don't know what this guy knows with this mixed martial arts, this MMA. This guy will end up on your back with his heels into your nuts, choking you out. How do you defend that? I mean, these MMA guys, that's a different guy. That's a tough man. They don't punch, they'll kick your leg off. They train on banana trees, just kicking down a banana tree. How do you think your leg's gonna hold up? Honest to God, could you withstand a strike to the peroneal nerve from a 23-year-old grown man? I can't. I can't take nothing. I got up last night at 3 o'clock in the morning to go take a piss. I stubbed my toe down for 58 minutes.